this evening. I hope everybody's doing good. I can't complain. Don't do no good. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody come by for puppies. Had 4 people tell me they was coming back. That's cool though, because I don't want them to go to somewhere they're not wanted. What are you doing to them? Hey, how we doing, world? I heard back from the Walmart store. The lady was very sarcastic and snotty this morning when I talked to her, but I kind of let all that go, or I took it as that. Of course, my calls are all recorded. I could be wrong, but I took it as kind of, she just returned my call about a half hour ago, and she says, well, I was told you have a sign on your door that says, no, I don't have or sell weed. I have a petition online. Yeah, I have that on my door. Every Walmart, every store, everywhere I go in the world, it's on my door. They can't say that's a listing or nothing. All that is a statement of fact. And she's saying, well, I'll pull up Walmart. And I said, I'll see you in court. And I will. That manager said I had till dark. I don't give a shit. And why didn't they say, if you just cover that sign, you're okay until dark, whatever. See, now they're trying to backpedal and pull bullshit. Walmart Corporation knows about that sign. That sign was on my door when I went there and collected my money and suing them. It was on the door at that Walmart. Didn't work on that bullshit either. So I will be filing the case tomorrow. I'll if I can get in there and get it filed tomorrow, I'll put that stuff on there. I'll post the paperwork and stuff. Yeah, I told him, I even sent the letter to the CEO. I called the Walmart Corporation. I told him, look, you got 24 hours to have someone talk to me about it. Well, if that's the best they can do, her, oh well, same old bullshit I went through last time. I'm just going to file the paperwork, and I don't know, I may drive over to the Walmart Corporation, it's only 130 miles away, and say, would y'all like to discuss this, or would you like me to hang into town until I go to court, or, what would y'all like to do? Because I don't want to get 1,000 miles away again, and y'all tell me to come pick up my check. And see, they don't take into consideration, and where they lose on that point is, the reason I have that sign up there, the main reason that sign is up there is because I can't go to a Walmart just as a customer like everybody else in America can. I understand that because of the way my vehicle looks. I'm not nasty and tell people to get away from my vehicle or this, that, and the other or whatnot. You know what I mean? I treat all their customers respect. Back when they were open 24 hours and shit, how many times in the middle of the night people knock on my door? I'll be in here eating dinner, watching TV, trying to relax. Knock on it. Hey, can I take pictures? Yeah, it's out in public. I mean, that's why it's here. Go for it. Yeah, if anybody solicits, it's the Walmart customers that come knocking on my door. That's exactly what it is. Oh, rile them up and then run away. Ah, you're smart. Yeah. I wanted to go out there and finish, eating my dinner and stuff. He said I had to dark. that was a couple hours, you know, and it only takes me a couple minutes because I like rare. I mean, we were talking 30 to 45 minutes tops. I would have been there. I could have, you know, cooked my steak, ate it. It takes me 5 minutes to put my TV and camera monitor and all that stuff away so I can drive. Otherwise, hey, thank you. They're good pups. Otherwise, they would fly all over the place. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's all stupid. And then for the idiot cops to rush me and whatnot and this, that, and the other, you know, I would have loved to found out that lady's name and the man and the names and stuff. You know what I mean? When they're telling you that they've told you to get off the property, well, who told me? Who told you that? See, I wasn't allowed to ask no questions, no nothing. That's bullshit. If nothing else, the cop could have said, we'll discuss that off the property. Pull, you know, into the street, pull over across the street, and we discuss that, whatever. But, yeah. But that's how Springfield cops are. Maybe not all of them, I hope, but most of the ones I run into in Springfield ain't worth putting on a badge. It goes to their head. They think that they're, you know, gods. You don't shut up, I'm gonna throw you in jail. Man, it's called freedom of speech. I don't have to shut up. And the whole way to jail, I'd be telling you what a lousy piece of crap you are, you know? They think threat of jail bothers me. It don't. I'm not going to be forgiving this year. I'm going to file the lawsuits. I've done said that. Hell, I've been accused of it. I might as well do it, right? The dumbass trolls said that I filed 21 suits and da-da-da. Yep. Might happen by the end of this run. I bet I win 20 out of 21. And what would that prove? I was right, right? It's not the amount you win. It's what side the gavel comes down on. Who was right? I will not apologize, and I'm not ashamed. 5 lawsuits, I think it is, that I've had in my life. I've won every one of them. I'll take that back. I won 4 of them. One of them I asked the judge to put off and let me refile. Basically, when I got my shit together, a lawyer and stuff, because they brought in a lawyer, the First Church of Cannabis, and he did. So that's still on hold. I could go file on that one tomorrow. He granted my motion to continue it without prejudice. So I basically backed out of that one. And all the other ones I won. You know how lawyers are happy about their winning streaks and prosecutors are happy about their prosecute. I'm happy about my winning streaks too. That was probably when I ended it. Right before I ended it, I hit the volume on the TV, I think. That was probably right when I was ending it. Sorry about that. I noticed earlier as I was ending the live, I bumped the remote and put the volume up. But I only had another sentence or 2 left, so I didn't, you know. Oh, that one. Oh, that one. No, I forgot where the phone was. I had a few minutes. I had to find the phone. That's when the people come and want to see the puppies and all that. You got me. You got me. I remember that now. I was MIA. But someone posted I was Hey, Ray. Hey! Didn't I just get on you about that? Isn't it something they listen? There's gonna be some good pups. Ah, shucks. Someone finally brought me by a little green. They did. I'm all happy now. Oh, real good. Real good. I'm hoping that I'll be getting moving on. Probably not tomorrow. Depends how the weather is the day after that. But I hope to be moving on either towards Florida or Alabama. Because I know, or not Alabama, Arkansas, Walmart headquarters. I know if I went there and got their attention like I did before, they would probably want to talk to me, and they'd probably settle it out of court. And if not, no big deal. I'll go back and I'll do the court thing and whatnot. But I'd like to bring it to their attention, because I'll do like I did last time. I'll go on to Florida when I have to come to court, whether I'm in D.C., whatever. I'll come back. I'll do court. If you want to make me wait on an appeal, I'll do that. But if I get a judgment, I'll come right back there to the museum until I'm paid. If they want a repeat of history, well, I'm that guy. Tell the judge they didn't learn at $2,500. How about raising it up to the $5,000? And if they do it again, hopefully it's a state that the limit is $10,000. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Hey, it's only $35 to file the lawsuit, or I would give someone a chance, or people a chance to go in on it. Does anybody remember that? Ray or anybody? I don't know who all's here on the Facebook side, but I've got a friend on Facebook, Penny Ford. She's family to Jeff Mazansky. Long story short, I needed $100 to sue Walmart in Georgia, and I said anybody that helps me, I'd give them a little bit of the winnings and their money back. And only one person did, and that was Penny Ford. And I think she chipped in $20, and it may have been 20 or 40. I don't get me wrong. Anyhow, I gave her money back plus $420, and then she donated a couple hundred of it back to the Journey. So it was all a great blessing. But I have the $35. Otherwise, I'd ask who wants to chip in and ride this one out. You know what's really weird? 3 years ago, I had puppies, just like I do now. 3 years ago, I was suing Walmart, just like I'm doing now. It's kind of like deja vu. Different puppies, different state. You know? But what's the chances of that? I mean, on my memories over this last week, you will see I shared the other batch of puppies. And just recently I shared the post about Walmart, you know, where I won or whatever. That, to me, that's kind of, you know, like history repeating itself, spooky type stuff. I mean, what's the chances? Hey, I resemble that remark. LB, I resemble that remark. Thank you. I absolutely resemble that remark. You know what? I like that remark so much, I'm going to take me a hit. Kind of surprised nobody's pulling up. Move, Lee. Okay, Jack, go on. That dog's looking at me like, what the hell? You look at me like, what the hell? What was that funny noise, huh? What was that funny noise? Oh, definitely slander and defamation of character. Denied public access to a public store. Yeah. You can't say rules apply to one and not all. Yeah. Basically the same thing that had happened in Georgia. And yes, it was very racial here too. You know, I couldn't believe it when he freaked out about when I said 6 feet. And I was talking that I'm 6 foot back, not that I'm 6 foot tall and I'm going to kick your ass. But there's a couple different reasons, but just right off the bat, accusing me of soliciting on their property and handing things out. Yeah, nope, that ain't going to work. And even the manager says, he didn't say that they was assigned. He said that it was reported that I was out there handing things out or something like that. Listen to the video. So they falsely accused me of things. And then, even then, if their problem was my sign in the door that could keep their idiot shoppers away, like other RVs are there, that, you know, that people don't go knock on their door and all, but I understand. But the reason I have that sign is because people come knocking on my door. Can I get weed? Do you have weed? Can I take a picture? You know? Yes, their customers bug me every day. I don't care if I'm just there to get a couple items or if I'm there for the night. But I don't mind that at all because of what I'm doing and what it is. But I don't solicit in their damn parking lot. If there's any soliciting, it's their customer coming up to me first. You know what I mean? No. But they flat out accuse me. And in the tape, you'll hear the manager say they had someone before handing flyers and stuff out. And that wasn't me. I was never in town when, you know, he said that they were having trouble doing that. And why did he tell me, the manager, that I'm good until dark? Definitely a couple hours. As long as I moved by dark, he was fine. Why did he tell me that? And tell me I didn't have to worry about security? Why did he tell me that? Huh? To hide the fact that the cops were coming? And then how come he didn't come out and tell the cops, well, I did tell him he could stay here, but now I'm asking him to leave. Just like the cop lied and said that Walmart told me to leave. Ain't none of them asked me to leave that property. Go listen to all the tapes. Not one damn person. Not the security guard, nothing, until the police come. And that cop lies his ass off. Now, whether he's lying or not, I won't say he's lying his ass off, because if Walmart told him that, okay, Walmart's lying their ass off. If Walmart didn't tell him that and he just says that because cops lie to you, then he's just, being a liar. And I'll probably never know the truth on that one. But yeah, there's a lot. I've got a lot better case this time than I did last time. Absolutely. I pay a monthly fee to shop at their damn store. I'm not just a Walmart customer, I'm a Walmart Plus customer. I could sit out in that parking lot and put an order in and them deliver it to my RV. I could park across the street and give an address and them send it to my RV. So, yeah. They don't want to treat me right or like an average person or something, ban me from Walmarts. I don't give a shit. But if you ain't gonna ban me from your Walmarts, treat me like a regular person, a regular human. How come that's the only Walmart out of 38 states that says that sign that says, no, I don't have weed or sell weed. I have a petition at 420gm.com. It's not soliciting. It's basically telling the idiots, stay away. I don't want, I don't have no weed or nothing. How they can construe that for, it's like when the security guard said it was advertising. Yes, yes, yes. So is your car, so is the potato truck van, so is the Johnny's window service and Jenny's maid service. Yeah, they're all advertising in his parking lot. The trucks that say, Bryson's truck and Joe Blow's truck and Jimmy Boy's trucking and stuff. Yeah, they all are soliciting that parking lot then. No, they're advertising. Oh, that's cool. Damn. That must have sucked, Ben. That must have sucked, Ben. Hey, Ken, how you doing? No, I pay their monthly subscription, and I'm happy. I'm happy with 99% of the WalMarts. But you got that couple percent out there that are just nothing but assholes. If at any time you see me, ask that security guard, what do you want me to do? Why did he not say leave? I'm going to call the law. Leave before. Why would he not tell me leave? Don't make no sense. Why, when I go into the store, I talk to 2 different managers, and the end of that is, you can stay until dark, be gone by dark. And we don't need to call him, we're going to call his boss. Instead, 5 minutes later, the police come. Yeah, who set up who? See, I didn't have that type of evidence on video at Walmart when I sued him before. I didn't have no video like the only real video I had at Walmart was outside when I was calling and the police came, the one cop and all. But I got this whole interaction, the whole interaction. Yeah, security guard, you know where he was stupid? He had such a hard-on to call the cops on me and stuff, whining cops, that he should have got off that phone and called Walmart and said, hey, hey, this guy's soliciting the parking lot, whatnot. He's on his way in there. Why the hell didn't he do that? They were surprised as hell when I walked in, and I walked right past the white young security guard as I go in there and all. So, you know, all that drama and everything he did, everything he caused, he had to call the cops, the whole 9 yards. Why? All he had to do on the video was say, leave. I would have got the vehicle, pulled across the street and left. Mama raised no dummies. Daddy raised my brother. When I went in Walmart, if they told me I had to leave then, I would have left then. But they know I had just bought water within 1 hour of it happening. And I've got on tape where the security guard said that they normally give 2 to 4 hours. I got the manager saying up to 6. How come other people get treated differently than me? So, but I got the video and all now, so it's worth the $35. Hell, last time I had to pay $100. Well, plus service fees, you know, where they serve them, that cost anywhere between $15 and $60, depending on who does it. Oh, I'm not suing. I don't care about the cops. I don't care about the security company. This is all Walmart's problem. It all happened on Walmart's property. They hired the security team idiots. They didn't hire the police, but they called the police. It's all Walmart. Every bit of it is nothing but Walmart. The cops that tell you that it's freedom of speech, they can be assholes all they want. They can lie to you all they want. There's really nothing that I could sue them about. The security company, yeah, I could probably bring suit against them for slander and all, because his guard accused me of, and this was before I turned the camera on. And he may lie in court, you know, so I can't prove that part. But I don't know if I've got him on tape or not when he accused me of handing out flyers and soliciting and handing things out. And I told him right there at Jump Street, whoa, buddy, you better back up and watch slandering me. I'm not selling or doing nothing, handing out or doing nothing in this parking lot. And I wasn't. They got cameras, I got cameras. That could be proved just like that. You know what? They ain't gonna bring in no footage of me being there that day. Watch. They've got it. They've got it out in that parking lot. Me, mine's a 24-hour loop, and I didn't delete it. So, we'll see what happens. Like I say, I would have just rather had an apology from the people that need to apologize and move on, but that's not going to happen. I thought he said, you ain't that tall, or something like that. And it had nothing to do with being tall. I'm like, dude, you're telling me to back up 6 feet distance. You would think, you know, with the pandemic and all the fools around here still wearing masks in this city and all, you would think that when they're yelling distance, they're talking what, 6 foot? I never thought that he thought I was trying to convince him I was 6 foot. That to me, that's stupid. Yeah, he all but like, you ain't that, something like that. That's the way I took it, and that's why I'm like, damn, dude, you know that bad. Well, you don't even have that. It done gone to your head, you know, and it did. To me, that was, yeah, it's plain stupid. But I'll let Walmart pay for his stupidity. I could almost guarantee you if I could have a sit down with the guy I worked with last time, the one that brought me the check and all, if I could have a sit down with him and show him the videos and talk to him, we wouldn't be going to court. We wouldn't be going to court. Because they know that he would know that they're going to end up paying something. Plus their attorney, you know, plus the court fees and stuff. Because, you know, I feel a lot better about this one than I did in Georgia. Move, Lulu. And it was definitely racist. I don't know whether it was the black and white thing, the cannabis thing, or a combination of both. But he did not like me. He didn't have to like me. He had to treat me like general public. Move, Lulu. Well, I was hoping to get rid of a puppy or two today. Darn. Tomorrow's supposed to be wet and rainy. I can't have my signs out that say puppies or nothing. It won't work in the rain. Oh hell, I don't know. Oh, the screw come out. The screw come out, and I've got the arm. I lost the screw. But yeah, the screw come out. The other pair that I broke, these are dollar store glasses. I'm rough on them. I crawl underneath vehicles and do transfer. I do everything in these. So I'm pretty rough on them. They're not prescription glasses. They're like magnifying glasses, kind of, sort of, you know. You get them at the dollar store. You used to get them for or Dollar Tree. You used to get them for $1, but they're $1.25 now. And Lord knows, don't forget the tax. You want to send me the money for that? I forget how much it is a square foot, but it's quite expensive. Even doing your own nowadays are expensive. At Walmart, you can get the transfers that you can do yourself. Hell, they're expensive now. Oh yeah, it's really that much. Yeah, if it was cheap, I would have already had it done. That's why I don't know if you noticed my QRs and stuff. I put a coat of tape on them. It's a lot cheaper to put a coat of tape on the front and back, which makes them last a lot longer than to try and get them laminated. Yeah, but see, I only make $1,000 a month. And that's to eat on and keep this thing on the road. So I don't have $5 here and $5 there to laminate things. To me, that's big money. Hell, the only reason I ate a piece of meat yesterday, or tried to, was because I sold this stuff out at the flea market. You know, a couple personal items and even one of the pups. I try and keep everything super, super, super cheap. It costs you way more to laminate a photo or a picture. Well, it costs you way more to laminate one than to print one. Yeah. Right on. Right on. That would be cool. I just remake them, 59-cent poster board and a magic marker, I just remake them. I'm just saying tomorrow it's going to rain. It's in the forecast. So why put out signs? I don't want people to stop and want to tag the RV, because then I get to tell them you can't. You see what I'm saying? They don't understand it's wet and all it does is smear and ruin the marker. You know what I mean? So it's easier just not to have any. I don't put my flags up. I don't do anything on the rain days. Oh, I don't worry about it. And like I say, if it gets a sign, it gets a sign. No big deal. But they're calling for rain like the next week. So I know we're going to be rained in. And like I say, I don't, it's more of a pain worrying about if it's dry enough for people to tag. The last thing I worry about is, the cardboard signs. Yeah, if somebody wanted to laminate them for me and whatnot, oh, I'd love that, But other than that, like I say, it's just as easy to buy another piece of poster board and tape it up and be done with it, Hell, it's worked 10 years. Best thing I did again this year is Frankie set up a QR for the petition, and then he sent me a copy of it, but there's 12 on it, so for every page I get 12 to hand out. And so I have all these QRs that I'm handing out as people come by and all, I like to get them to scan it while they're here. But when you hear the excuses, I don't have my phone, I don't have internet, my battery's dead, I still give them the paper. That way, no excuses this time, humans. Either you speak up and we get her done, or the people don't speak up and nobody cares. Shit, 10 years ago it was hard to get anywhere. I wasn't making $1,000 a month. I was making zero. So no, it was a lot worse trying to get money to get to the next town, Things were a lot cheaper, but no, it was a lot worse trying to. Evidently, a lot of people think I make money at doing this. Ain't no way. Every year I had to stop and work somewhere. I did 39 days straight at the Fairburn, South Dakota Flying J. Didn't even take a day off. They would give me one, but if I wanted to work, they let me work. Well, hell, I wanted the money, so I worked 39 days straight. That's why when the first troll, the one that, redeemed himself and all, used to call me, lazy and not working and whatnot, you had to laugh at it, because just the opposite. Bud's Creek, 3 different times I went and dug their pond out with the big excavator. 3 or 4 times I painted apartments in Tennessee for Martin's dad, well, the company Neely's. So yeah, it was money was tight. Money was tight, a lot tighter back then. Now I get $1,000 a month. At least I got something I can fall back on. Back then I didn't have anything I could fall back on. I'd work, make up a couple $1,000, so after winter I could be back on the road. That was it. Hell, I had one guy named Nisbets, David, I think. Boy, me and him, we didn't hit it off, whatnot. He got all mad. He wrote me about, I forget what his thing was or whatnot, but how we could team up, and make money together and whatnot. And I told him, dude, I don't make money on doing this. I don't know, what you think, but and boy, he got pissed off at me. That's not why we're not friends now. Ooh, hang on. Oh, shit. Oh, damn it. Oh, absolutely. You can't buy nothing decent nowadays. Hey, Will, what's up? Not big money for. Hey, give it a month or 2. Let's hear what the judge says. Let's give it between now and, I'll know tomorrow when I go talk to the courts. I don't know how far their docket's out or nothing. I don't think it's going to be like Graham where I got it within a week or 2, 10 days. I think it's going to be more like 30, 60, 90 days out, depending on how many judges, how many suits and stuff. Because, tenants, landlords, all that do small claims too. So I'll know more tomorrow and I'll post about it tomorrow. A simple apology before I filed suit would work fine, but I guess they think they're too big for that. So we'll go the other route. And look, make sure nobody snuck a comment in on me. Every once in a while y'all do, I'll be looking down for a second and boop, comment. Oh, that's some dark dank bud there now. All organic, no chemicals. regular, no modified seeds, no gym, none of that. This guy says he grows his own. Hey, how you doing?
Hi. Can I sign your petition?
Do you have your phone on you?
My phone's in the car.
Well, you sign it on
Online?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can solve your problem if you need me to.
Not really. I just saw you sitting over here. Oh, a QR code. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
That solves people's
Ready.
problems. Oh, well, I've been on the road 11 years. Nobody ever belongs in jail for weed.
That's right. That's right. I like the good work you're doing.
Well, thank you so much.
Keep it up. I'll sign it. I'll
Please
have
do.
my fiance do it too.
Please do. Guess who wrote the petition?
No.
First name 4, middle name 20, last name Jim.
420, Jim! I love that. That's awesome. Have a good day.
You too. That was cool. Big money for my ass. Speaking of which, where's that giant donation you was going to send me? Oh, she was cute. I thought about turning the camera on, but I didn't want nobody to say I was, being whatever that someone would say. I don't need rumors started, but yeah, bud, she was pretty cute. Whew. Where's Betty? Oh, she's hiding. Betty! She knows her name. Betty! She knows her name. Oh, dang. Where is... heat flash there, damn. I didn't ask you. No, I didn't. You thought I did, but I didn't ask you. Did you snag my glasses? Oh, goodness. Huh. Man, I pinched my back. I gotta be careful how I move. I feel this little like knife in the back, my back, just stabbing me. So, if it looks kind of weird, I'm limited in my movement. Are you on my glasses, Lulu? Nope. Betty would be eating them if she had them. Huh. Hey, move. Damn it. The comments are really bugging my eyes tonight. Well, let me see if I can go back and read them. Oh, we want to see. She's already gone. Oh, everything is good, my friend. The good Lord let me wake up. I was able to feed myself, wipe my own butt, get around pretty much good today, except my back's sore right now, but good Lord take pain away, I hope. Yeah, good, great day. I didn't get rid of no pups, but I did get a couple of people to sign, and I handed out a couple dozen QRs. One person donated and got a t-shirt. Another person donated some green and whatnot, so I gave them one of my 420 little signs that I got, and it was emotional. It was pretty cool. Oh, what to eat today? Last night, I saved a portion of that round steak that I bought, and I had steak and eggs. Yeah, and I didn't get bothered, knock on wood and stuff. I got to sit in peace and make my steak this morning and my eggs. I sure did. And that's it. I haven't ate yet this evening. But that was peaceful and nice. Hang on. I can't see that. Well, I'm not really giving them out. It's just he really blessed me in the time of need, and it was laying on the table, and the urge, the good Lord, whatever, it just hit me. I picked it up and signed it and dated it and put thank you and handed it to him. I can't promise I'll have a sign aside for you. I really can't. But I'll have something. Definitely have something. Maybe a better sign, maybe a flag, who knows. But I don't want to promise you I'm going to hold on to the sign and, I don't end up making it, whatever. You know what I mean? I hate making promises I don't know if I can keep or not. If I got to where I was hurting for money and somebody said, I'll give you $20 for it, I would want to get rid of it, you know what I mean? That's just being honest, Right on. Yeah, if I ever start making money, I would call and order and buy them. But the only time I can do anything like that is if I just happen to have money and I'm at a flea market and someone has them. You know what I mean? That's the only time that I get them. And that don't happen every year and all the time. Far and few in between, but it does happen every once in a while. Appreciate it. I don't know where they are is the whole thing. It may take me a minute to find them. Oh, I know where they are. These are for seeing close up. So I set them down on the table so I could see her as she was walking away. They were sitting on the table. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Hey, it's not as bad as going out and showing off puppies and forgetting that you left the phone laying and that you were on YouTube for a minute and you get looking for the damn phone. Wow. And it wasn't like I was stoned. All I had this morning was the damn Delta products. I'm stoned this afternoon in a hell of a lot better shape. Yeah, I need new ones. If you look at it right, you see right there in center, that's what happens to them. They get scratched. So I have to look below or above the scratch. Hey! Are you just laying down there in misery because you want to be? They're yapping at each other, and they're not fighting. They're just laying there, yapping at each other. It's going to lead to a fight. Whoop. They're wrestling now. She's going to kick your ass. That's the girl with one of the guys. Oh no, that's the two guys. No, that is the girl and the guy. I'll be damned. That girl's kicking that boy's butt. Oh, that's cool. Now, I did get a hit a vape pen, 3 or 4 times earlier today. And then a lady gave me a partial blunt roach. And then I was blessed with a couple nugs. So it's been a great blessing today so far as cannabis. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? You just having fun, aren't you, girl? You're a long-legged girl, too. You're a long-legged girl. That's what you are. You're a long-legged girl. Huh? Yeah. You handle them boys pretty good, though. You handle the boys pretty good, though. Yes, you do. You handle them pretty good. You're all right. You're all right in my book. You're all right in my book. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Oh, yeah. You're a sweetheart. You're a sweetheart. Oh, you're a good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. Ooh, that's my ear. Ooh, that was my ear. Ooh, ooh. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Oh, I'll tell you one better. I'll tell you one better. Imagine living in San Diego, and I always had weed back in the day. Always had weed. Always. You know. I'll shorten the story up. I was hired to take Bill Resnick. He owned a 73-foot Fed ship, the smallest Fed ship built, called the Andrea. And it was super yacht, had hydraulic stabilizers, sat nav, everything. Damn it, man. Now I gotta remember why I got on this. Oh, weed, yeah. I worked for him at the docks getting the boat ready. He wanted to go to Acapulco, stay down there 30 days and then come back. Now, he got a big tax write-off and everything because he called it a research vessel. He got a big grant and all that. I mean, when I first come aboard the boat, you know, talking with him and everything, in the salon area, moose hair couch and stuff, I'm talking stainless steel Swedish built ship. Beautiful, immaculate. Just Google a Fed ship. On the table there is 3 Time magazines in a dish, and he's on the cover of 2 of them. One by himself, one of them there's 2 Japanese people around him. When we left the dock, the morning that we left the dock, a Loon's armored truck pulled up, grabbed a fish cart, threw a giant bag in it, wheeled it down to the boat, carried it, and put it in his master bedroom. Now, later on, come to find out, he brought all of his money in $1 bills. He didn't want to, on the trip, carry 5s, 10s, 20s, or not make change. He took $1 bills. I found that out later because you'll hear what happened here if you want. Anyhow, what the heck was a part of this, the beginning of the story about? Getting a road. Okay, that reminded me. Anyhow, I'd been working with him 3 or 4 months, getting ready. And finally, I agreed to go with him on the trip and help him get down there. And he had a little chihuahua named Max. And he said, we need a mate. And he said, I'll let you pick a friend or something if you want. And as long as I approve him, I'll hire us a mate. And I forget my friend's name back at that time. I feel bad about that. He's in the Coast Guard now. Anyhow, he was one of the guys in San Diego I hung out with. We get stoned every night, and we never not had weed. Back then we had honey oil too. Kind of like the wax and dabs y'all have now. They used to call it honey oil back then. Anyhow, so we was, hell yeah, we're going to Acapulco. We're going to get some Acapulco gold. I mean, we were looking forward to that. Absolutely looking forward to that. Hell yeah, we go to Acapulco. All I had to do is help him get the boat down there, live down there 30 days on the boat, and bring him back to San Diego. Easy peasy, I get to see Acapulco. I get to get some Acapulco gold, The dreams were just, yeah. Steve, that was his name, Steve. And I asked my friend Steve if he wanted to do it, and he's like, hell yeah. Well, we made sure that we had a couple of joints, before we took off. We went and got groceries, all that stuff, anyhow. Before we left shore, we had, I don't know, half dozen joints, 6 or 8 joints between us. Because we was going to be down in Acapulco in a couple of days, and we could get Acapulco gold. We didn't want to carry a bunch of weed on the boat or nothing, Hell, Acapulco gold, right? So, what was supposed to take 3 days to get down took 5. Anyhow, we had a couple of problems. This guy had enough money to buy anything he wanted except a brain. And he was an absolute idiot and shouldn't have been running a boat. And we would have never made it down there unless I'd been on that boat. I know that for a fact. By day 2, we're out of pot. We're literally going through, because we had pocketed shirts back in them days, we're literally going through the pockets of our shirts trying to pick out little pieces of pot that might have got caught in our shirt or something. We wanted some pot so damn bad. And we'd like, damn, Then we had the fuel contamination. We had to deal with that. We pulled in just north of Zihuatanejo and got fuel. That was cool. We get down to Acapulco. By the time we get down there, I want off the fucking boat. I mean, I wanted to kill haul him and that chihuahua. And what really sealed the deal was what happened later. We finally get down to Acapulco, and we're 2 days overdue. So, he wants to go ashore and contact his buddies, his friends, this, that, and the other. He's the owner of the boat. He's supposed to go to the port captain, declare the crew. Hey, the Andre is here. I'm the owner, captain, blah, 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 whatever. Declare the crew. He goes into town. We're stuck on the boat. And now all of a sudden it's dark and it's getting later. And we come up with the idea that someone's got to have some pot, because there's 100 boats anchored around you. And a water taxi, if you can get the water taxi to come out to you, for a couple pesos, they'll take you into the dock or whatever. Anyhow, we're out there with binoculars, and oh shit, over there. And we seen, someone spark up, and we seen passing around. And we get out, because he had the Boston Weller with the 18-foot Boston Weller, 35-foot Evinrude, the tender ship. He had that and went into town. So we get the inflatable. We had one of these inflatables with the foot pump it on. We pump it up real quick. We get in it. We row over there. You know, hey, you know, we're from the Andrea, da da da, and they got a roach. And they're like, hey, man, you know, you got any soda over there? We'll trade you what we got left is roach. You never seen two people row so quick. Go back. We had RC Cola. Got a case of RC Cola, threw it in the road back over there, got our roach, got back over to the boat. We was all stoned and happy for a minute. And lo and behold, here come the captain. 15, 20 minutes later. And he tells us we can't go ashore. And we're like, what? You know, and he says, no, you got to go tomorrow. I didn't declare the crew or whatever. And we're like, dude, you know, we need to go and call our old ladies and this, that, and the other. And he says, well, you take the dinghy, but if you get caught, I'm going to deny that I gave you permission or anything. We didn't care. We hopped in that boat, the 18-foot Boston Whaler, and we headed towards the shore, next to the yacht club. These two guys, as we getting ready to beach up on shore, because, man, down in where I grew up, Florida and whatnot, you can come right up on the beach and stuff. We're coming in up on the beach, and these guys with like M16s or something and gun belts and shit on come down, running down the beach and lamus or whatever the hell. We're like, thank you, goodbye, and put it in reverse and don't think we want to get off the boat here. Go over and park at the yacht club. Now, we didn't have no problem there. We walk out of the yacht club and down the street a couple of blocks and whatnot. Not one person would talk to us about Mota. Not one person would talk to us about it. We find a payphone. There's a big bank of payphones, probably a dozen of them. They shut off at 8 o'clock for calling outside of Mexico. I think you can call within Mexico, but after 8 o'clock at night, you couldn't call out. You had to wait till morning. Captain didn't tell us that. There's a restaurant over here that's got a big red and white barrel spinning around, kind of like a Kentucky Fried Chicken, but I don't read Spanish enough. Man, it was not chicken. It was little bitty, probably seagull, but it was not chicken. Didn't taste like chicken. And once again, nobody would talk to us about any pot or nothing. So we decided, screw it, we go back to the boat. We went back to the boat, and in the morning, me and the captain had a discussion, and he wanted me to go as much as I wanted to go. I mean, this idiot ran us aground and all kinds of stuff. I'm just pure idiot. Trouble is, he owed me a couple grand for bringing him down there. He owed me first class airfare back home. Anytime you sign aboard a boat, they have to guarantee you first class accommodations back to your home port, which was San Diego. He owed me just a little over $3 grand for bringing the boat down in pay, let's just say, because I did other things before we left and whatnot. And it was just over $4,000 because we called down to the airlines and found out how much a first class ticket was. Now, of course, when I got there, oh, Pity Diddy, yeah, nobody cares about Pity Diddy on this channel. So, I forget how much it was, $400 and some or whatever, and everything got added up. What he owed me, the airfare and stuff like that, and it come, I'm thinking like $4,200. It was right around that. He comes out of his back stateroom with remember your school lunch bags, the brown paper bags you used to take your school lunch to. He comes out with a bag like that, rolled over the top, and hands it to me. I open it up, and it's full of $1 bills. All brand new bills, stack of 50, banded. Whoa. Whoa. That's when I found out that, you know, he didn't take nothing but ones on the trip. And obviously that's what that big bag of money was that they brought on the boat. So he takes me into the yacht club and drops me off on the dock and turns around and goes back out to the Andrea. And that's the last I've ever seen of Bill Resnick to this day. I'm sure he didn't fire up anchor and take off. My friend said later on that he stayed with them the whole 30 days, and when he got back to San Diego, he joined the Coast Guard. Well, getting back to when now I'm a little white boy. I've got a duffel bag, a fishing pole, an 8x10 of my daughter, and a sack full of money. What could go wrong? Hey, stupid, if that's hey, stupid on the shower thing, it's none of your business. And it's people like you that need the Lord. Now, if you want to pay $23 for me to go up here to the truck stop and shower tonight, you go right ahead. Other than that, you're what's wrong with this world. You're exactly what's wrong with this world. Be kind to others, but go away from my channel. Oh yeah, I had real fat pockets that day. But just imagine this. Just imagine this. I walk in to the yacht club. I call for a cab. Now, this is all within like an hour and a half of the flight leaving the airport. I had no idea that the airport's up on a mountain and shit like that. I didn't know how far it was, none of that. This VW, yes, slug bug, the older VW, pulls up. It does say taxi on it. That's the only reason I knew it was a taxi. And put my stuff in, and we take off. Man, we drove what seemed like 45 minutes going up this mountain stuff, and I'm thinking, oh my God, he's going to jump me off in the woods somewhere, you know. And we come up on a plateau, and boom, there's the airport. And we get over to the, departure area where you go in, and he tells me something like $3. And I'm like, damn, you know, all that driving we did and whatnot, $3? And he said, yeah. So I just grabbed, I don't know, maybe 10. I just grabbed one of the 50 and grabbed a little bit and slid it out. And here, thank you, man. Oh man, he picked up my duffel bag and carried it into the counter, and he was really, really happy. I think I tipped him more than the fare. But hey, it was great. It was worth it, you know what I mean? So now I'm at the airline counter, and it was Eastern Airlines. And I'll never forget. I walk up and I tell the guy I need a ticket to San Diego. He looks at me and says, Visa? My dumb ass don't think about Visa and MasterCard. I mean, that's what I'm thinking of. My dumb ass is thinking of Visa and MasterCard, not Visa from being out of the country. Okay? But the captain did tell me he never declared the crew. And see, we went in first thing and he dropped me off, so he never still declared the crew. By all rights, I'm illegally in Mexico. Okay, so I asked him for a ticket, and he says Visa, and I'm like, no, cash. That was my response. No, cash. He looks at me. He says, tourist card. And I looked at him, I said, no, sir, just a ticket to San Diego. He looks at me again, and he says, Passport Day. And I'm like, no, sir, ticket to San Diego. You see port captain. And he points across the airport. Down the hall towards the corner, looked like the same two guys out on the beach. A couple guys outside the door with these M16s or whatever they are, and the gun belts and stuff, just like right out of the movies, man. I set my duffel bag and the fishing pole outside the door. I knock. He tells me to enter. I walk in with my little brown bag and I set it on his desk, and I have the picture of my daughter in the hand. He tells me to sit down. I come in, I set the picture down, stop, I sit down. And he says, what do you need? And I told him I tried to buy a ticket. They won't sell it to me. And he looks at me and he says, Senor, how did you illegally get in my country? Them words will shake you to the core if you're ever in that situation. I was convicted and all right then and there. Senor, how did you illegally get in my country? And I gave him a story. Most of it was true. Damn near all of it is true. Except the Andrea was still anchored there. And I told him that they brought me ashore getting groceries and stuff. They pulled anchor and left. That was a lie. And thank God that he didn't go out and check. You know, because they were still there. After I was gone, maybe he found out. I don't know. I don't care. But I'd always heard that you could buy your way out of the country for anything. And I've traded with them on the boats many a time, lobsters and stuff for cigarettes, whatever. Anyhow, I looked at him. I told him about the boat on. I said, "Can I buy one of these tourist cards?" I asked him, "Can I buy one of these tourist cards?" And he said, "You got money?" I'm glad he never looked in that bag there. I'm so glad he never looked in that bag. If he had looked in that bag and seen over $4,000 in $1 bills, the best I could have hoped for was being declared a drug dealer, kicked out of the country. Probably would have been put in prison or something for life. Anyhow, instead of answering right away, I kind of kicked it around and said, "You know, if I walk home, instead of getting a cab, I could save some money." And he says, "There's 3 of us." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, if I walk home instead of a cab, probably $50. He said, "If you got $50, you can buy a ticket." And I'm like, "Yeah, I've got $50. He said, "You go get a ticket." I come out and my fishing pole's gone. And not at a loud tone at all. I didn't even think the guys outside the door heard me. I'm like, son of a bitch, you know, just like that. This guy back at the desk, "Hey, what'd you say?" And I said, "I left my fishing pole out here." "You want to fly or fish?" "Oh, no, sir. I want to get on that plane." I went right over to that ticket line. And there was like 2 people in front of me. Now it's like 10 minutes before we were actually getting ready to take off. And I go, and once again, visa and all that crap. And I'm like, "No." He said, he looks over at the guy gives him the wave, whatever. And he sells me the ticket. Now I go over to customs to get out to the plane. About the time I get to customs, there's like 2 people ahead of me. Here comes the port captain. He comes over to the guy and tells him, "Cigarro?" Giving the guy a smoke break. And the guy's, yeah. So now he's the one doing the custom line, so I could give him the money. He probably kept the $50 to himself. He probably didn't split it with no one, but who knows? Maybe he did. It don't matter. But back then, in them days in the 70s, you could buy your way out of the country. In the 80s, you could buy your way, the beginning of the 80s, it's like 81 or 2, you could buy your way out of the country for $50. And man, when he went over to the line and I seen him coming in, I reached in the bag and I grabbed one of the things at 50 and I rolled it up. And it's like this, you know. And as I come to him, you know, I just nonchalantly give that. Man, his eyes got that big around, and I just walked straight on through the door. I didn't say nothing to nobody until that plane got off the ground. Lawsuit 420 Jim. Hello, loser. You're the loser. The only reason you're mad is because any lawsuit I filed, I've won, which means that I'm in the right. You get to lose that account too, stupid. Stay off of mine. Oh man, I've got all kinds of great stories on the tuna boats, towing stuff. Hell, on Facebook, Doug or Will or somebody all the time have me tell stories. Yeah, I should have been on YouTube a long time ago. My dumbass for that, I admit, you know, but I'm on it now. Oh, goodness sakes, goodness sakes, goodness sakes. Damn, an hour and 21 minutes. I didn't know it'd been that long. The friend that brought me the green that I gave the sign to, he brought me another little special. With the bud. The grindings, the keep. That's what all them dipped and pre-rolls and stuff they put on the outside, and the keef. I was surprised when I saw that. That was pretty cool. I like that. That's pretty tired, Will. So am I, and I haven't done nothing. And my back hurts like hell. I think it's the rain coming in. That my back hurts like hell. That was a good one. Damn, that was like creep weed. That snuck up on me. Oh, I just always preferred cans. Cans get nasty, you throw them away. Bowls get nasty. They're hard to clean, whatever. You know, about the time you really like one, you break it. They're kind of hard to get rid of, you know, if you needed to. It's just, I've always used cans. I'm used, to me it's a better taste than a pipe. A whisker biscuit. That's better than a rubber biscuit any day. Bow, bow, bow. Oh goodness, it's still warm. I'm having hot flashes tonight. Oh, well, cool. Man, when you say sand and paint, stain job, the boat I was just talking about, the Andrea, when I said that I worked for him a few months before we went to Acapulco, we redid the entire teak deck. Oh, I bet it was. Huh, there you go. Yeah, that Fed ship, we bleached. What did we do? We anywhere the caulking was minus was. It's not really. It's a special caulking. You know what I'm talking about. For teak wood, it's the black gooey. Some areas we had to repair a few areas here and there. We didn't have to redo all of it, but we did a lot. All the repairs and stuff, and then we bleached it. First we cleaned it all. There was a chemical that we cleaned all the teak. And then we bleached all the teak. Or either we bleached it, then we cleaned it. But there was two different chemicals we put on it. And then we come back and oiled it. Oh my God. A teak deck done right. Oh, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. Oh yeah. That's one thing. He took care of the boat. You could ate off the engines. You could have ate until we had the fuel leak. You could have ate off the bilge floor. He had 20-some different batteries in that boat. 28, I think. The lazarette had batteries, the engine room and all. Every month he wanted me to literally taste the battery. Now, I'll be honest with you, 90% of the time I acted like I did. But I did have to take a specific gravity reading on every cell once a week. That's the life, of the boat and this, that, and the other. Yeah. He hired my, my daughter's mom at the time. We never married. To clean the boat, the salon and all, Bonami, the windows and shit. Absolutely. It was the shit. You could go out and be in 6 or 8 foot seas, flip on the stabilizers, and you're not even really rocking at all. And you put your cocktail up on the dash again. It won't spill over. I'd never been on a boat that had stabilizers. They work really good. They really do. Better, shrimp boats and stuff have flopper stoppers and shit like that helps them. But stabilizers, man, that's the shit. You can put a drink on the dash and turn the stabilizers off. Within 12 to 15 seconds, that son of a gun will fly off the dash. Yeah. That's one thing. He had the little shit chihuahua trained to piss in the scupper. But I had to learn every term he wanted. Like, that ain't a grease fitting, that's a Zerk fitting. You had to call everything exactly by yeah. Let me say, he had all the money in the world and stuff, but he did not need to try and run a boat. Yeah, they're fins. They're big fins that come on both sides of the boat, and the gyro counteracts the motion of the boat. It's all done on like a gyro type device that sends hydraulics to make the fins go up, you know. So if the boat wants to pitch this way, it senses that and corrects it to where it don't really pitch that way. And then it senses it's going to pitch the other way and corrects back. Yeah. Your big ships and stuff like that, the Carnival cruises and all them, I'm pretty sure they have stabilizers on them. Probably mega stabilizers. Maybe even more than just one set. But I'd be surprised if they didn't have stabilizers. But hell, and that was only 73 foot. Hell, I'd worked up on 100-foot fishing boats. The Finalista 100, the Malawini and stuff, those were 100-foot boats. And they didn't have stabilizers. Yep. It's definitely the difference between night and day. But then you can get in severely rough weather where they're not going to, you know, really make a difference. They work up into a certain storm level, you might say. But imagine this, Will. Imagine this. Right on. Oh, yeah. Well, imagine this. The Andrea 73-foot fed ship, all teak deck. And it's got what they call a day tank, which is what you run your fuel during the day in and whatnot. And then it's got the other tanks and stuff. Anyhow, this was day 2, I think. I go down to do a bilge check, and it's full. And I'm like, what the hell? And it looked like diesel. Smelled like diesel. So I reached in to find out that what was diesel, and it was all diesel. So I go, you know, and I inform the captain what's going on. Come to find out, electrolysis. A bolt had somehow fell down, whatever, wedged near the tank, and through electrolysis it ate a little hole in the tank. So there we were, and it was just before the break of day, and we come up. We had to have the fuel, and we come up with the only thing we do is fill the day tank, which is out in the middle of the nice, freshly done teak deck. You know, a little fuel spot like that. You take the cap off. You carefully put a hose in and fill, and carefully take out and wipe a drop or two off, you know. Oh, hell no. We're out there in seas. We had to go down the engine room, take a little hand pump, and pump a 5-gallon bucket, come out and pour into a funnel into this hole, 5-gallon bucket at a time, and try not to get anything on that damn teak wood floor. You ain't lived till you done that, man. That was a fucking nightmare in itself. It was a living nightmare in itself. But when I had to literally, dude, we're on ground, out the wheelhouse, look, starfish and shit, you know, right there. I knew I had to get off that boat. That was my hint to depart that venture. Oh, goodness. Well, we're going to have to do this again sometime, my friends. Hey, if you're new to my channel, I'm 420 Jim. Nobody belongs in jail for weed. It needs to be federally legalized everywhere. If you believe in that, I'd like for you to be part of the solution instead of part of the problem. To be part of the solution, you simply add your name to the petition. Oh, I'm getting ready to lose my generator. I gotta put gas in it. I'll do that in a minute. But here, before it goes out, I've got gas here. I just gotta fill it up. I should go back here and unplug it. Whoop, it didn't matter. It died before I unplugged it. People love me. Wow. Ugh. Well, my friends, it's telling me it's time to get out of here. My back is sore. I got to put gas in the generator. I got to bring my flags in and stuff. It's not going to be long before the rain starts, probably. Oh, I hear you. Oh, I got rid of one of my flags today. One of my marijuana flags. Yeah, I got rid of one of my marijuana flags today. That was pretty cool. I figured that someone would like them. Well, my friends, screenshot that. Then scan it, or you can find it at 420gym.com. Look how long that's been in there, and I've always had a sign like that in my windows. Now Walmart says that's soliciting. Bullshit. It's telling dumbass dummies don't knock on my door asking for weed. And the purpose that the vehicle looks like it does. I think Walmart needs to tell their customers to stay the hell away from me if they want to play that, you know what I mean? They solicit me, I don't solicit them. I treat their customers nice. See, when I do something, I have these out. I have the flags out. There's a difference. There's a big difference. Well, subscribe to the channel if you like. Hit the live notification. That way, if the cops or Walmart or anything happens, you can join my live at any time. I'll probably have an update on lawsuit with Walmart tomorrow at noon. I won't promise it'll be by noon, but could be. Definitely by tomorrow evening. You can catch me on Facebook at 4:20, YouTube at noon and 7 p.m. Until tomorrow, my friends, peace, love, and cannabis for all. One team, one dream, united we stand, and if we try, we can all get along. My dogs love you, I love you, and Jesus loves you. Have a wonderful night. Peace out.